What's up, everybody? This is Private Alicious here from the Meow Chuckers channel. And for this very first episode, I'm going to start my GM mode series. So let's go to settings. We will reduce GM length to 10 years because NHL 16 is coming up in 3 months. We will turn trade difficulty to hard, and we will turn off GM firing. And the team that I'm going to pick is the Vancouver Canucks. We already set the skill level to hard, and let's input our name. First name would be private. Last name, Adicious. Let's advance. Yes, CPU will automatically fix teams. For this GM series, I'm going to be using the roster updates released by EA before the playoffs. In my free time, I have a custom roster that I edited that includes edits of some Vancouver Canucks players because I feel like their overall should be better, as well as some potentials, but it wouldn't be fair because I did not edit the other team's roster. So anyway, let's name this file Van. Alright. PS3 loading saving system is pretty slow. I really want to go start preseason. Okay, there we go. Alright, we're in preseason. First things first, I'm going to GM Tracker. Let us improve our Aperture Scout for to help us get accurate descriptions of the potential and stats for the upcoming prospects. And now let us look at the roster of the Vancouver Canucks. In the main roster at center, we have Henrik, Captain Hank, our true leader, who's most likely be the first liner. Then we have Bonino, who might be the second liner. He has 4 yellow stars, but because he's 26, I doubt he gets any better. Then we have Brad Richardson as a third liner. Brandon McMillan has 3.5 red potential, so it's unlikely he'll get better, but there's a small chance. Based on the stats, he might be a good fourth liner. And we have Bo Horvat, who has 4 yellow star potential, 19 years old. So hopefully he becomes a future top 6. Then we go to the left wing. We have the other half of the Sedin twins, Dank, who's a not bad first liner. And then we have Burrows, who's been a fixture of the Sedins for the past 3 or 4 years. And we have Matthias, who has 3.5 yellow star potential, but I doubt he grows just because he's already 26. Then we have Chris Higgins, abs. Ooh, he has 3 white star potential, so he might regress next year. And you have Ronald Kenneth, who I kind of enjoy watching this past season. Only 3 yellow, so hopefully he gets better. If you go to right wings, we have Rabada, the Dream, who most likely might be playing with the Sedins, but he's a pretty good offensive player. We have Cassian, which I still don't understand why he was traded for Brandon Pruss, but that's a story for NHL 16. Anyway, has pretty good stats. He has 4 green star potential, so hopefully he gets a bit better. Maybe 87 or 88. We have Yannick Hansen, pretty good grinder, not bad grinder. 28 years old. And we have Dorset the grinder as well, who's a residential tough guy. But I still don't like his salary at 2.5 for the next 5 years. Then we go to defenseman. We got Hamus, who's most likely our top two. Then we have Bieksa, defenseman, 33 years old. We have Edler, only 4 White Star. Pretty good stats for a top 4. We have Spiza, who has pretty balanced stats. Nothing lower than, I'd say, 85 for most of them. His shooting is kind of inaccurate, but he has 4 yellow, so hopefully he gets better. Tanev, oh, he has 3.5 red. That's not good. He might not get better. And we have him for the next 6 years. Then we got goalies. We got Ryan Miller, who we have for the next 3 years. Looks like it. Yep, 3 years. But he might regress because of his age. And then we have Eddie Lack, who's 4 yellow star, 26 years old. So I doubt he gets any better. But not bad backup. And that's in the main roster. In the system, we have Markstrom, but oh no, he has 4 red star. That's not good. So he probably won't get any better. In defense, for defensemen, we have Glendening and Corrado. Let me list this by potential. Glendening and Corrado are looks like we'll be NHL ready next year. I mean, Glendening, he might be able to play in the main roster just because he's 79. We have PK Subban, which we need to sign. Let's negotiate a contract. Here we go. Oh, damn. We have a full roster, so I'll probably sign him in free agency. Then Cedarholm, Pinard, then Yannick Weber, but he's only 25. And these guys probably won't be able to make the main roster. Right wings, we have Nicholas Jensen, who's 4 yellow. Looks like he's in that situation where he either plays in the system or in the main roster, but I'm not sure which direction I want him to develop. I'm not sure which direction I want him to develop in the system or in main roster. Left wings, Shinkaruk, Bertanen, Berchi. Conacher has 3 yellow, 3 green. Hopefully he grows. I think he's listed as a depth defenseman. And then we have Gauntz, 3.5 yellow. So we're pretty deep in the left wing in terms of prospects. Center-wise, Jerry McCann and Cole Castles round out our center depth. These guys aren't ready till about maybe 3 or 4 years. And now let's see how our assistant the assistant coach manages our lines. So let's go to edit line. Let's see what we have. So we have the Sedins with Rabada as the first, Higgins, Bonino, and Zach in second, Burrows, Richardson, Matthias in third, Hansen, Horvat, and Dorsett. And defense, Hamius with Bieksa, Edler with Spiza, Stanton, and Chris Tanev. And then goalie is obviously Miller and Lack. So based from what I see, we are sort of a playoff bubble team where we will be fighting for that playoff position, whether it's the wild card or the third seeding in our own division, but it's not a Stanley Cup contender team. I mean, in terms of the offensive forwards, it's only Henrik and Daniel who are our best players. Verbata is more like a second liner. And the second line is more like a third line. The third line is pretty good. And the fourth line is not bad, but we don't have a really potent second line. I mean, Higgins is definitely a third liner. Bonino is sort of a tweener between second and third. And same thing with Cassian, so we don't have much offense from that second line. Defense, we're pretty good, not bad. I would love to add a 87 or 86 overall player in this defensive corps. And goalie is pretty good, 89 and 84. So my plan for this team is I will give this core one last playoff run, and if we are not a playoff team by the trade deadline, or we're way off the playoff or we're way off from playoff position, then I'm gonna trade some of my older veterans like Sedins, Burrows, and Higgins for prospects, draft picks, and maybe a young NHL player. So in the next episode, I'm gonna do a little bit of trades, hope to help this team reach the at least the playoffs, and we'll start the simulation. So this is Private Delicious signing off.